Okie dokie, guys. I should be live. Hi, and welcome to Behemoth, episode 2 out of 3 of the Warhammer TTS spin-off. So, guys, you recommended this. I watched first episode and I really liked it. Actually, I was very pleasantly surprised. And now it's time, for us to see the second episode, and it's a pretty long one. And just before I started the stream, I saw that my favorite game, well, it's not my favorite game yet because it hasn't come out yet, but my favorite, one of my most favorite franchises, Assassin's Creed, just released a trailer. So I do want to cover that as well. I don't know if tonight I'm gonna have time for this, but we're going to see Behemoth, and after that, if I can, I'm going to react and cover the trailer. It's a story trailer, so I'm always interested in that. Hi, Nito, to you. Okay, guys, so without further ado, just found it. Let us start with Behemoth, this very long episode, and see what is in store with the story. We left at the freaking huge battle, so yeah, let's see. I am excited. Oh my god. This is so epic. Tyranid! Tyranid!
Master Calgar, the behavior of the Tyranids has suddenly changed. They have become extremely cunning. We have to change our tactics.
Silence, villains! We shall smash them one by one if we must!
Actually, I think this is becoming legitimately problematic, Master. The Tyranid seem to have become more vicious and cunning after that giant beast appeared. See? It's fake death! Really annoying.
Nonsense! As long as we'll have our vulnerable base! Fuck! Well, let us emancipate the other guard, yes! Whosoever shall prevail! What can stand the races?
Get hurt, you Viacino!
No, you!
Master Calgar, do you want me to order a focus of blast cannon fire on this creature white? Just standing right there.
Absolutely not! It is challenging me! And I will not let this foul, piss-stained insult my honor!
I think it might actually be taking advantage of our natural pride as humans to kill you and cut us off from your clan, Master. Are you sure challenging such a thing is, wise?
Let me see its power level!
How?
Oh well, at least it was no. Almost made another weird reference. Go fleers!
Go.
Tis but a scratch! You think a simple flesh wound will stop me?
Flesh wound?
You fucking spindly dinosaur! Only an amateur needs his arms to fight! Ah! No, my left eye! That was my favorite eye! That was my favorite leg!
Yeah. Sure.
The Ultramarines always triumph! How about you, foul seed of scum?
Yeah, that's probably qualifies as more than a flesh wound. The Tyranids probably have like thermites. piece of wood. That became very bad very quickly. Are you sure? What?
Is that so? So after your men were slaughtered, and you, almost literally, had your ass handed to you by the superior hive tyrant, known as the Swarm Lord, you then won, instantly and without explanation.
Yes, well, a couple of things happened. There were casualties, such as loss of the entire First Company, an Emperor-class battleship, and a very cool Baneblade that I actually like very much. Well, thankfully, the spaceship sacrificed itself to allow victory. Sort of.
But of course I, Cato Sicarius, was not part of this, and thus survived to lead the chapter to a new glory, especially when I'll become chapter master.
Sicarius, what the fuck are you doing on my phone? Knock it off before I use your hand as a fucking broomstick!
He seemed
He's
a
the
little
best.
more depressed than our last meeting before the Tyranid War. Strange, considering the vast amount of victories they had lately.
Well, I suppose losing all of your honor guard and first company isn't really smiles and ice cream. Anyway, why did you call in to ask what happened? Everyone knows the Ultramarines won the Battle of Macragge nowadays. And every other fucking battle since. I mean, seriously, what the fuck?
I just wanted to know what the key to their victory was, since I'm passing by Outramar again. We need to keep records of any means we can use against these creatures.
Indeed.
For example, I now have acknowledged that it is a bad idea to try and duel a 10-meter tall super bug dinosaur with crystal swords and psychic powers. It is, however, okay to make dreadful sacrifices in order to win against such relentless foes. Perhaps I could declare exterminatus on a massive scale so I can kill planets before the Tyranids do, starving them of biomass and supplies. Yes, that sounds good.
Well, that's not the stupidest idea I've ever heard, except for the fact that the Ultra Smurfs didn't kill off the Hive Fleet entirely, did they?
I highly doubt that any meaningful numbers of them survived. Small tendrils only, such as the Dagon Hive Fleet. But that one is way too far from here for us to be concerned. Moreover, the Ultramarines most likely hunted down the other remains for those last years.
Fair enough. Well, I guess that means we don't have anything to worry about.
Sure.
I just had to open my mouth, didn't I?
Yeah.
Inquisitor! An alien fleet is targeting us. I think they have succeeded in breaching our vessel.
Proceed with the usual defense tactics.
Everyone to battle station!
Oh!
Behemoth?
We can question it later. Right now, it's time that I kick ass for the Lord.
Oh yeah!
Long have I waited to slay the enemies of man once more. For the Emperor!
For the freaking Emperors!
What? Oh, come on! After all these years of administration shit and recov making, we are finally faced with the most unlikely to flee enemy in the galaxy, and they flee!
This is truly disturbing.
The heck?
First the return of Behemoth, and now they run from us?
Actually, Inquisitor, the entire Tyranid fleet is now retreating. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore.
An entire high fleet just fled from one ship? What in the Emperor's holy sock drawer is going on?
Inquisitor, are you alright? There has been an attack and...
Everything is alright. The Tyranids threatening the ship are gone. For some reason.
Yeah, for a moment, I almost thought I was actually going to do what I'm fucking trained for.
Someone knows why this happened? They just came here to say hello, smell our ass cheeks, and leave.
I don't fucking know. Short fucking...
Ruin Priest Volan, you are the strongest psyker in this vessel. Have you sensed any disturbance that could give us a clue?
I sensed the shadow on the warp moments before they arrived, but nothing else.
Who knows, maybe they ran off because I sensed the arrival of the Ultramary Sioux fleet.
Speaking of which, what are they doing right now? You would believe they'd localize such a huge-ass threat as this in their own territory and destroy it.
It's probably because we're not in the middle of their empire. We were already leaving its borders, and we are now pretty much out of it. This tendril was maybe escaping Ultramar.
But why wouldn't the Ultramarines still be after them? Were they not hunting down these foul Xenos with extreme prejudice?
You really believe such egomaniac pricks would bother defending the worlds beyond their own borders?
I don't want to sound like an ass on this one, but you are one of them.
I'll give you one guess on why I left them for Death Watch.
I understand what you mean.
This was my doing.
Kraken.
Holy shit, he actually came out of his room to talk to people.
Let me explain. I used something that I synthesized some time ago, but I never had the chance to test it until now. I operated it to generate a psychic pulse of specific nature and frequency that repulsed the creatures. A sort of anti-synapse, if you will.
What in the actual fuck?
How
do
could
tell.
that even be possible?
Now this is good news. You will have to show me how this device works.
Oh, I shall. But first, I suggest we hunt down this undefeated behemoth tendril. As the crew reports, it was of a dangerous size. Not as huge and devastating as the original, for sure, but still a primary threat.
Of course, we will begin tracking it down, and once we spot it, we can ask help from the Ultramarines, who will probably be nearby, in order to vaporize the threat of Behemoth once and for all. Well, I suppose you all can go back to your, occupations.
Occupations. Oh, how sad.
Anywho, time to contact the Ultramarines again. Chapter Master Marneus Calgar, are you online?
Well, there was fighting before he hung up. For all we know, they're busy training for the next time they accomplish over-the-top bullshit.
Or the shadow in the warp? I suppose we'll have to stalk the tendril alone for now.
And thus they traveled, not knowing where exactly they were going.
Somebody
This
forgot to
horrid
clean
myopia
that.
was mostly due to the excessive fuckery caused by the so-called shadow in the warp. They were desperate to reach anyone through their communication systems, until...
And by the lack of penis he had, I found out this motherfucker was a lacrimal. So I punched him right in the groin, and he died.
What a
What?
story, Brother Linus. Something. A thought. Just passed into my mind.
Sudden flashback thingy, huh? Those things happen sometimes. I know some young wolf in my company. He may be less of an ass than the majority of us, but just mention his sister, and he just goes fucking berserk.
No, I just received a message from an outside force. I can't identify it exactly, but it was announcing they're coming.
Any ideas who or what?
I can tell you this much. It was another librarian. This has to come from another chapter of the Astartes.
Very interesting.
We are surrounded by a Space Marine battle force wishing for a meeting. Well, you are independent enough to go settle this. In the meantime, I have more important researches to do.
Huh? Okay then. Well, they should arrive any second now.
Our fifth guy isn't here with us. I know he's a loner, but he could at least...
Wait, they're coming.
I am Arthurus Godfrey, captain of the Blood Ravens' 4th Company.
Wow.
Blood Ravens? Go lock the reliquary. Well, this is a surprise. We weren't expecting your chapter specifically to be the one to greet us here.
You have entered the subsector of Victoria. We would like to know your motives as an inquisitorial force.
Oh?
It's funny because we have...
Linus, that's not important right now. Go ahead, Captain.
We are back from defending one of these worlds from a rebellion, but we recently located your arrival. Both of our ships are traveling in the same direction, and we were curious about your goals, as we might be of any assistance, since we currently have our hands free of any duties.
Of course, we're actually...
Doing nothing special.
What is wrong? There is no need to be secretive of our goals on this occasion, surely. And an extra force of Astartes is exactly what we need.
Yes, but, well, I'm not so sure about these forces.
What do you mean? Has hanging around the Inquisitor this long damaged your trust in others that much?
No, Voland, you don't understand. Just this once. Please, trust me, and don't...
We are currently stalking a potential Xeno incursion.
Most fine. Our forces will join you in whatever you are doing, but we won't question the specifics if you do not wish to tell us. Make the rest of us aware, Nicholas.
Certainly, Captain. Welcome then, and I thank you for offering to help.
But seriously, I think that we can deal with this issue by ourselves.
Today, we shall bring reinforcements to the Holy Inquisitorial Death Watch. They need us. Please forgive us for not giving much detail in the psychic message sent earlier. Our psychics had troubles trying to overcome some sort of ominous curse preventing any outside communication.
Ah, yes, the shadow and the warp. The best trolling weapon ever conceived by Xeno minds.
I will inform Krypton of this good news.
I will accompany you, Voland. Wilfred, assure that they return to their cruiser.
I've taken lots of tell in me day. All I do is cry and beg to go home.
Then you've never had a fire warrior before, Godspiller.
Fascinating. So this is how they actually do it.
Inquisitor Crypt?
The fuck?
Ugh.
But how?
Would you turn that off for a minute, Inquisitor? This is rather distracting. We've come to inform you that a whole company of Space Marines just joined us.
Oh? Are they Ultramarines?
Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, no.
Well, at the very least, we still have some more forces for when we face the alien menace. Any news on the High Fleet's location?
According to our sensors, the High Fleet's presence has faded away. But Psyker sense the shadow in the warp still. As you can see.
Actually, yes, I still sense it as well. Which means they could be very near. Perhaps they are hiding somehow.
Well, unless the entire High Fleet is cramped behind an asteroid somewhere, I doubt it. There isn't really very many places to hide it, you know, fucking space.
I do not think they wish to confront us again after the use of Draken's device. They could potentially wipe us out in one good assault if they wanted to, but they flee still.
That's what I thought as well. Although we have the Blood Ravens on our side, I think the fight would have been more evenly matched.
Blood Ravens? Lock the reliquary.
Already done, sir.
I still don't understand what you two are talking about.
You will when you're older.
I'm the eldest among us.
We can say for sure that this Victoria subsector might be a primary target for the hidden Tyranid fleet. Precisely the hive world inhabiting its very heart. Victoria Primus.
A hive world. Perfect target for a Tyranid fleet. Large and highly populated.
So this means if they succeed to assimilate Victoria Primus,
then this tendril will become even more of a threat. Unacceptable.
Here we go again. Well, maybe I'll actually get to do my fucking job for once.
Well, I might have a specific tactic to prevent the planet from being assimilated.
I don't need any mind reader ability to see what you mean, but wiping out a hive world is generally considered a terrible move, Inquisitor. All the resources, the potential recruits, and human lives. If you're the type to take a last one on account, that is.
Oh, of course. Do not worry, Ruined Priest. We do not even have the confirmation this planet is going to be assimilated anyways. We shall investigate the planet itself to detect any sign of infestation.
I suppose it would be within reason for us to go with you, Inquisitor.
Where did you come from?
Oh, the door was wide open.
They're actually a bunch of nice people. I'd let them in.
And so, the Ordo Xenos and Blood Ravens forces did arrive on the hive world of Victoria Primus, facing ruthless administrative complications and stubborn resistance from the local population. Fortunately, with staunch bravery, an iron will, and copious amounts of exterminatus threats, they were granted the approval to investigate any nearby Xeno activity.
Nice. Although I don't have any idea how we're supposed to check the planet for potential infestation or gene stealer cults. It's been so long since we've done our fucking jobs, I actually forgot how to do it.
Going around interrogating people about an alien attack or abnormal vegetation growth?
Yeah.
We might want to use that thing the purple little guy invented that worked before. Once we know the Tyranids are present.
Oh yeah, Draken's device thingy. I'm sure that'll help.
The Blood Ravens here can also aid us in this task.
Very well, Inquisitor. I swear on it!
Whoa, careful.
I shall go back to our ship in orbit, in case I would have to declare, you know.
Your Inquisitor seems in desperate need of help. Rather surprising from someone within the powerful Inquisition. Despite being cut off from any reinforcement, do you not have any means of your own to take care of this problem?
Let's just say we're not very...
You can say it's one of the worst inquisitorial forces.
Well, this only happened when Watch Captain Pythoricus left the team to go on his crusades.
No, I personally don't miss him.
Stand fast, Deathwatch! We can handle a few gene stealers!
Define few, my lord.
Oh, now that is a little Colotto, faltering to a handful of Xenos! But then again, he's from the chapter where Captain scream like little girls at a scratch to the hand!
That is why you don't put a zealous fuckwit in command of one of the most pragmatic organizations in the Imperium. Although, to be fair, since he left, I've basically swapped from champion to recap dispenser. I even wonder why I still hold this fucking sword.
He was pretty competent, Calato. You were just victimized, that's different.
It wasn't... No... Oh, fuck.
And at least you weren't as badly victimized as you were on Skitor.
Thanks for reminding me about that. Now I'm going to have to book in another session with the Mind Cleanser.
Captain, we have suspicious reports from citizens.
Oh, yes?
A specific city claims to be the target of a very tall, murderous, silent beast that sucks the brain out of its victims. That fits the description of Xenos to me.
This creature, do we have any further description?
Well, we do have a portrait done by the local architects, but... I believe it is possible that the fear of the witnesses made it rather... unreliable.
Do show me.
Here.
Oh.
I'm getting too chivalrous for this shit. Oh, send this to the Death Watches. I suppose they will know.
I'm getting shivers.
Well, that's a lictor. With boobs. I don't know what the person was on when he was drawing this, but I sure as shit don't want any.
I do. Sounds like one hell of a party to me.
Well, we better make Cryptman aware of this so he can use Draken's thingy-ma-what's-it to possibly force the High Fleet to not approach this world. Let's send a message to him.
Aren't we going to the ship ourselves?
Do you remember the last time we got to have some fresh air outside of Cryptman's flying recaf party van?
Yeah, let's hang out here some more. It's been too long since we had fun.
You do realize there's a Tyranid fleet on its way here to eat the planet?
And that's why we better enjoy it now.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh Jesus.
Lord Cryptman, the Death Watch on Victoria Primus' surface are confirming Xeno presence that speaks of the first step of Tyranid infestation on the planet. They also request using, and I'm quoting them here, sir, the little purple guy's device.
Very well.
Oh.
Draken, Tyranids have been confirmed on this hive world. We need your... Draken? Follow me, Acolyte.
Whoa, where are we going?
Draken's room.
Really? It's the one place nobody is allowed to go.
If he's not in his room, then we will activate this Tyranid repulsive ourselves. Him not responding is also unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Draken, are you in? Let us enter. This is the device. Strange.
Man, whatever he has been doing here, it looks like it's pretty nasty. I still don't get how you could trust this Draken guy. Never looked like the kind of person you trust like an old friend, you know? I mean, who knows what kind of weird, creepy, secret shit he's been working on?
Oh, the real secret would be himself.
What do you mean, my lord?
I can tell you, but you must promise me to let yourself be shot in the head after.
What?
Oh, well, in
Better
that case,
not.
don't bother.
Well, actually, making you aware of the existence of a secret already condemns you. So you are pretty much already dead. I can still answer your question, though, if you'd rather know.
No.
This is
This is very
discouraging.
confusing also.
Okay then, go ahead. Might as well. What's this Draken guy's deal?
The details of his identity and his recruitment in the Ordo Xeno have always remained classified. for many would consider this a blasphemy and sue me and my whole crew. I am unsure how other Inquisitors would react if I tell them one of my researchers is a Xenohorrificus. Good thing he had that operation for his legs.
What? You don't mean he's a gene stealer?
Oh, come now, human resource. That would not make any sense. Gene stealers are tyranny by the Emperor.
What? What is it?
I have been a fool.
Indeed, you have.
Huh?
This device repulsing the Tyranids. It was all false, wasn't it?
It does work, but only to call for the hive mind. I have successfully found and evoked a long-lost tendril of Behemoth that had been drifting aimlessly in the void of space, dormant for a century. I thank you, my lord. I thank you for allowing me to build this marvelous synapse synthesizer. Thanks to the sample of various Tyranids you provided me after the Battle of Macragge. It is my masterwork, made possible by my flawless infiltration.
Infiltration?
You have been fooled from the start of this endeavor. Not all the Tyranids that attacked previously left the ship. I have masked their direct presence with this device as they wait on board in the ship's darkest corners for the right time to strike.
And you're only striking now? You could have done that from the start when Behemoth showed itself for the first time, and when we were horribly outnumbered.
Well, I was still intimidated by your policies. But I only gave away obvious information that any average intelligence human would have found out about us. In due time, anyway. But you have willingly brought us such a bountiful feast as this hive world, so they shall not wait much longer. That is yet another thing I can thank you for, Lord Crickman.
But why would you do that? You're with the Imperium! Emperor! He was sided with a gene stealer cult all along! We must set on the alarm!
Gene stealers? Not quite. But if you are searching for those...
I should have known your kind was only good for extinction. My only regret now is that I won't be able to study further the link between you and them.
Enough being humiliated and used. I shall rise and once more assume my true nature.
What the heck is this?
Not for long, you son of a clever girl. What?
One shot. One kill.
Death Watch, assemble! By the Emperor, that was so refreshing!
I know.
Yes, at fucking last! I am reborn! Yes, I feel great!
This is what happens when you mess with the X-Men.
You mean devil.
Oh my! We've actually survived?
I have indeed. But where is Draken?
I suppose he had the time to run away while we were busy fighting gene stealers. He couldn't have gone very far.
How did you get back here in time?
Wait, what? Oh, sorry. Well, we received an emergency message from Cyrus, who perceived suspicious noises while he was staying on the ship during all this time. We also had doubts about the fact that you could have suddenly decided to use your radical methods for dealing with the infestation and basically blow it up while we were still on there.
Oh no, I would never send my precious Death Watches to a certain death.
Sure.
Who would make me recap them?
And back down we go.
We purged the rest of the Xeno presences that had manifested themselves on the ship. This cruiser was a genuine insect hole.
How did you get back in here again?
We followed you.
You didn't purge everything. Look there! Someone fired an emergency capsule. He's getting away!
Uh-oh.
Damn you, Imperium! Damn you, Crit Man! Rejoice while you can, but you will never withstand what is to come! Not even the Ultramarines could ascension! What the fuck?
Okay, I really have.
Well, I'd say that solves one of our problems.
Well.
So it seems that Draken was a traitor all along. How is he related to the Tyranids?
Yep.
Nothing I can reveal you. Unless you accept to use the mind cleanser right after.
Ah, well, he's dead anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. Although, now we have bigger problems.
No good. Never give the hive mind time to grow.
Oh boy. Part 3 is going to be a sight to be seen. Okay guys, so that was it. Pretty freaking interesting second episode. A lot has happened, and although I'm very familiar, with the story and what happened is just, not in such a greater detail. So I'm familiar with the event, how the Ultramarine went and helped, so to speak. All of that first contact story, but not in such a detail for me to have idea who that guy is and how it's really connected, with the Tyranid. So it's something new. Another thing for me to research and learn. So yeah, another thing to the list of the vast and endless Warhammer lore, universe, and story. Yeah, I know, Zego, I know. So it's pretty freaking late now. I want to get to Assassin's Creed though. I just have this burning desire in me to cover this today, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that tomorrow among the other things that I have to record, and I really have to record those two OnlyFans videos for you guys. So I'm going to prepare another stream in about 30 minutes, and we shall see the new story trailer of Assassin's Creed. I saw that it's like 2 minutes and something, and we are going to discuss whatever they are willing to show us in this trailer. So one of the most exciting games for me, at least till the end of this year, guys. If you like to join me, you can do that. So stay tuned in like 30 minutes. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Thanks to my lovely Primarchs and Golden Astarties for the support, guys. Thank you. And if you like to support me, if anyone likes to support me, you can do that by joining the Imperium by clicking the join button of the channel, or follow me on OnlyFans if you're interested in my sex educational content. I don't know why, but I do have to nibble that because people think that I'm doing other things there, but I'm not. So yeah, and of course, Streamlabs and Patreon. So till next time, thank you, Richie Reviews, guys, and to all the rest of you that are interested in my gaming content, see you in 30 minutes. So bye for now, guys, and for the freaking Emperor.